So let's get into it. JJ Watt is now a member of the Arizona Cardinals. That's right. So a lot of people were thinking that he was either going to go to Green Bay, he's a Wisconsin boy, or certainly I was thinking that he was going to go to the Pittsburgh Steelers because, well, both of his brothers are there and they're a decent team with some questions at quarterback. But he decided to sign a 2-year, $31 million deal with $26 million guaranteed. You really can't blame him for that, can you? I mean, I didn't think that J.J. Watt was going to be potentially worth this much in the open market. He's a bit older, but the Arizona Cardinals did struggle on defense, and some say that this is probably their biggest weakness and one of the main reasons why the Cardinals finished 8-8 after going 10-5 and won the year before and missed out on the playoffs in Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury's second year with the franchise. And I would be one of the people who agreed with that. I think Kyler Murray played great, not as great down the stretch, but he certainly had some really electric moments during the season, and I thought the Cardinals were good enough as a team to make and compete in the playoffs, but again, it was not to be. However, I'm not saying that this move's going to make the Cardinals a Super Bowl contender. I think that they're still a little bit away from that. They're going to get Chandler Jones back, and Chandler Jones on one side, J.J. Watt on the other. That could be a really formidable situation for their opponents, certainly. But I don't think this automatically makes the team good enough to compete for a Super Bowl, but I do think that they will get into the playoffs just based on, his veteran leadership and his remaining talent. And I guess it's hard to say what is his remaining level of talent. We probably won't know for sure until we see him on the field. He certainly declined and has dealt with injuries the last few years, but he was good enough for Arizona to give him $26 million. He was good enough for Arizona to give him $26 million guaranteed. And DeAndre Hopkins is certainly a happy man as he tweeted to try to recruit J.J. Watt onto the Cardinals a few weeks ago. And then today, after the signing was announced, he tweeted that life is good in Arizona. And I would imagine that's quite true. So this really shines a light on how poorly Bill O'Brien handled the situation in Houston, trading DeAndre Hopkins and then leaving the team in such disarray that they pretty much were forced to release J.J. Watt. He didn't want to play for them anymore. And now they have their ongoing saga with Deshaun Watson where the team doesn't want to trade him, which I understand, but Deshaun Watson also doesn't want to play with them. So really good job, Bill O'Brien. Just excellent stuff. I actually do appreciate him as a Dolphins fan for all that he's given us in the Laramie Tunsil to Kenny Stills trade. But back to Arizona. I don't think this makes them a Super Bowl contender, but I do like the idea of making moves like this, especially when you have a quarterback on a rookie deal where you can afford to pay, good players, certainly at one point superstar players, a premium in order to get them to come. And one of my favorite parts about this, speaking of Twitter with DeAndre Hopkins, was this was one, announced that he was leaving Houston from J.J. Watt's Twitter, and then two, he confirmed it himself by showing a picture of him in what looks like a squat rack with an Arizona Cardinals shirt on, confirming that everybody who is saying that they had inside sources about him signing elsewhere were full of it. And really, you can only trust J.J. Watt when it comes to what he's doing, which was an interesting thing, and I think we're going to see that type of a thing fairly frequently moving forward. I mean, NFL players are realizing that they have platforms as rivaling the platforms that the team gives them through social media, and then I think we've seen it recently with some of the star quarterbacks that they realize that the game and the franchise really goes through them, and they have a lot of leverage similar to NBA players. So that'll be an interesting thing to watch moving forward. I'd love to get your thoughts on how the Cardinals are going to do with these former Texans, J.J. Watt and DeAndre Hopkins. And if you think that I'm wrong and they're more than just a playoff contender, they are a Super Bowl contender with this move. Hey, thank you so much for checking out that clip. If you want more, well, we have the whole show dropping each and every Friday on YouTube, or it's already live on iTunes and Spotify. Just search Wicked Good Sports. We have daily content during the week coming out here on the channel, so stick around for more by subscribing, and we will see you in the next one.